I've made videos on roguelike deck builders before, but I figured I would put together a definitive list for the genre overall, and I hope it really helps you guys out. Don't forget to leave a like, pop a sub, and comment, and let's get right into it. Just as a heads up, I did not include Monster Train, Slay the Spire, or Dicey Dungeons because I consider them to be the best games in this genre on mobile. So they're definite must-buys, just go get them if you don't have them already, and now here is the list. First up, we have the METEORFALL series, and this includes Journey and Crummets Tale. These are very different from one another. So Journey utilizes a Tinder-like mechanic in order to play cards, and it kind of simplifies the gameplay overall while also maintaining its depth. And then Crummets Tale is kind of a board game-like feel mixed with a roguelike deck builder. And both are fantastic. I love the art style and the sound design and just everything as a package. You can't go wrong with these. Next up, we have Void Tyrant, which utilizes a blackjack-like battle system where you try to get as close to a number as possible in order to do damage to your opponent, and then you can utilize cards that you add in and out of your deck in order to manipulate that number itself, and there's just so much to unlock in this game. If you like strategy blended with luck, this is your game. Definitely check it out. Next up, we have Breach Wanderers, which gets overlooked as a Slay the Spire clone way too often. It actually has a lot of unique things when it comes to deck building itself, and there's a lot of unique mechanics that I haven't seen implemented in any other roguelike deck building game. And it doesn't hurt that the art style and sound design of this game and its polish are just top notch. Definitely give it a try. Next up, we have Dawncaster. Now, this is a very polished game when it comes to its art style and sound design, and I really like how it utilizes RPG mechanics in order to level up the class that you choose and pick nodes on a skill tree and completely change the way that you play the game and build your deck. It really does have a flavor all of its own. Next up, we have Tavern Rumble, which blends the turn-based strategy genre with the roguelike deck building genre in its battle system. So you play cards or units on a grid-like battlefield in order to defeat foes. And where you place your card is just as important as what card you use. And it really does feel rewarding, and there's a ton of different factions to play as and a lot of variance in gameplay. Definitely check it out. Next up, we have Indy's Lies, which also gets overlooked as a Slay the Spire clone, and I think that's pretty unfortunate because this has a really cool partner system where once you choose your character or your class, you can also partner up with other characters or classes in order to unlock new strategies and synergies, and it's really fun to find those and figure out your own playstyle. Definitely check it out. Next up, we have Dark Mist, which puts a twist on your health. Now, your health is tied to the amount of cards in your deck, and when enemies attack you, they will take cards out of your deck and hold them until you defeat those enemies. And enemies come down in columns where you can defeat enemies in any order you choose, so there's a lot of different layers of mechanics and strategies that you can utilize because of this battle system. Definitely give it a try. Next up, we have Night of the Full Moon, which has a fairy tale theme to it overall, so you're going to see and recognize quite a few wacky characters. Now, this doesn't have unique mechanics to its battle systems or anything. Everything you've seen in this game, you've seen in others. However, there is so much content on offer here. It continues to get updates and DLCs, and they're meaty. So definitely check this out if you're looking for a very robust game. Next up, we have Phantom Rose Scarlet, which has a very unique battle system. Now, the board has 4 placements that you can play your cards on, and you share that with your opponent. And so whenever one person goes first, you can see where they placed those cards and what they used, and you can adjust to what they did and kind of strategize which cards you place in the available spots left over. So it's a little bit hard to really describe, but it's one of the most unique battle systems I've seen, and I haven't seen it in any other game in this genre. Last but not least, we have Hellfire Hair, which has a very funny and wacky premise where you're a hairdresser that has to defeat the hair of their customers in hell. And it's just so weird, but this game is not afraid to try things that are different, especially when it comes to its mechanics. You can trace certain things in order to activate cards, and it will give you bonuses. There's just a lot going on here, and the longer you survive and play, the more new things you discover. Alright guys, that was my definitive list for roguelike deck builders on mobile. Please leave a like, pop a sub, and comment if you haven't already. It really helps me out, and that's the main way this channel grows. I hope you guys are staying safe, and take it easy.